Okay, so here we got an cooling experiment which I have been doing. So the objective of this experiment is generally to test the best cooling possibilities of a case. So as you can see here, this case has 3 intake fans in the front and one outtake fan at the rear, and the CPU cooler acts as an outtake as well. So what I did here was first to improve the GPU's cooling performance. So what here is that this is a metal sheet with corrugated path below. So what happens is, for the GPU to cool better, what I tried was this first fan. So it's this one, the first one. This one will pull in air and this air will go through this channel and go in. Yeah, that is in C GPU support bracket. Cool. So these two fans take the air in from this input and from this path also. This is in space over here, and it pushes the air up and into the GPU. So this is an RTX 2080 Super, and this works quite well, I would say. Everyone should try this. This is a really good cooling method. And the next one, which is, as most people say, it was idiotic, which was the backplate cooling. So these are the 4x4 inches 4x4 centimeter blocks of aluminum heatsink, and I have paired 8 of them to cover most of my card and put a laptop cooling fan over here. So now this fan is in off mode, so in this turn it on so I can explain better. Yeah, so what happens is it blows air over here, and these heat sinks I have put tape over them and sealed this part, so the air flows through this entirely and comes out of here. So this acts as an backplate cooling, but what happened is the thermal conductivity from the backplate to this heat sinks are not good. I have tested them with thermal tape, which is not that much good with the conduction. If you would have put something like a 0.25 mm of thermal pad, the conduction would be better, but cost matters. So GPU part, the best cooling solution would be to place 2 fans below to pull in air to the GPU, so it will suck in more air and it will work very well. And the next thing which I did to improve the case temperature are, so below there are 2 fans which are sucking in air. So these are Arctic P12 fans, and above I have 2 Arctic P12 slim fans. So you would ask, why not put this fan under the case itself? So the reason for that is I don't have any clearance with my RAM. So the clearance is really bad. So this was the only possible solution for me. And people would say that placing a push-pull configuration is not that much good, but I would say otherwise. So what I was able to observe is I was averaging around like 50 degrees C right now, but previously I used to average like around 55 or 56. So I would say that is an around 5-degree drop in temperature. So that was really impressive. And also this motherboard doesn't by default come with heatsink on all the MOSFETs for VRM. What I did was I have put individual heatsinks on the MOSFETs, and also on the voltage controller chip, and also on the DRAM. So here you can see the RAM MOSFETs are also heatsinked, and I had one extra, so I just put it on that chip. I don't know what that is exactly. And also I think you can see it from below, but I have an SSD over there which is also heatsinked, M.2. So this is an M.2 SSD which is also having an heatsink. So that is also a part of my cooling optimized setup. So in my area usually it's very sunny, so to maintain temperatures very well I need to do these changes. Also I do VR gaming, which really puts a stress on this GPU. I see my GPU going up to 82, 83 before placing these bottom fans, but now my GPU maxes at around 72 and it really works well. So that was a really impressive improvement. And as for CPU, I'm using an 5600X, which doesn't need liquid cooling, but I have put it in PBO mode. So what happens is, in default mode it only boots up to 70 watts, but with PBO I have seen my CPU go until 115 watts. So that really needs a liquid cooler to perform really well. And other than that, visual changes what I have done are just some LED strips front and back of the motherboard. So another one is there, and generally RGB fans. So this system now currently has around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and VRM fan 11, 12, 13, 14 fans. Yeah, that's crazy, but I just wanted to experiment. So as after this experiment, what I'm going to do is going to remove this heatsink entirely. I'm going to move this fan around here, as the backplate hotspot is here right above the GPU chip. So I think the backplate, direct air above the backplate is enough for cooling this. I think I'm going to do that, and other than that I don't think I'll be changing anything.